Thank you, everybody. I wanted to thank Ariel and Ben just for the invitation to participate in this summit and the incredible invitation or incredible privilege to be able to introduce Byron Katie and share my own experience and honestly continued transformation of the work. To give you context, my husband and I, we met Katie close to, probably 20 years ago. We invited her to come and speak at one of our events in Prague. And Katie demonstrated the work there, like she'll be doing with you today. And at that time, in my own innocent, arrogant, I know mind, I thought to myself, oh, I do this. I do inquiry. I don't need this. So I pushed the practice aside. And as life often does, life had its way with me that guided me back to the actual practice itself. My husband and I, Tony, we were traveling close to 280 days a year. And we were doing events back to back, traveling the globe, while simultaneously on a path to start a family. During this period of time, I had multiple miscarriages and was doing cycles of IVF. One day, I walked into our fertility doctor, and he sat me down. And he said, Sage, he said, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I believe you have less than 1 in a million chance of ever carrying a child. And so the drive home, I felt terror. I felt waves of all sorts of emotion, but it was the thought, it was the belief that I wasn't going to be able to carry or have a child that led me back to the work. For those of you who are not familiar with the work, as Ariel had shared, it's 4 questions and a turnaround. And that day, I sat in meditation with these 4 questions. And it was extraordinary. It struck me that I wasn't thinking of the answers. As I asked the question, I was being shown. And it was like these internal knots of mind, one by one, were being undone. I sat there in a state of grace. I had tears pouring down my face. And where there was resistance and stuck energy, all of a sudden I started to feel ease. Where there was complete sadness and loss, I experienced joy. And peace literally replaced the pain. From there, I was obsessed. And I started to do worksheet after worksheet. My husband teases me that I could probably wallpaper our house with the amount of worksheets that I've done over the years. And on the baby front, even though there was loss, even though there was challenges, it didn't mean what it used to mean. It didn't have the same grab. It didn't have the same hook. I was curious. I was grateful. And to share, just to give a little update, my husband, after a 20-year journey, my husband and I had our first child together 1.5 years ago. Yes. What I've come to understand through the continual practice, it's a daily practice, it doesn't have to be, but it's profound when you do, is that constant stress, depression, and anxiety does not have to be our normal baseline. It doesn't have to be our normal baseline. And no matter what internal insanity or what's happening in the external world, there's a way out. There's a kinder way. Mental health for me has become more about flexibility, ease, clarity. And from that perspective, my inner world has become not only clearer, but kinder. So it is just such a gift to be able to share my own personal experience. The work truly works. You know, I remember before I started this practice, I was seeking always outside myself. I was looking for the therapist, the right book, the guru, something that was going to give me my freedom. And what continues to humble me every single day as I do this is the answers are inside. We become our own inner therapist, and that is a liberation and a freedom. Every day I am amazed at the continual broader perception, understanding, connectedness, intimacy. Katie talks about how as we have judgments, we put stickies over life. and over ourselves, over our beloveds. And as I've practiced this inquiry, one by one, those stickies come off. And it is so beautiful to see the beauty of this moment, to experience the beauty of this moment, to experience just the gorgeousness of existence, to fall in love again with our beloveds. And that continues to happen. That's not a one-time thing. It's just every day feels more new, feels more alive. And thank you for allowing me to share this. And Byron Katie, it is such a gift to be able to share and shine some shine on the sheer and utter impact of your life, never mind the profound transformation of your work. I love you. I'm so grateful to love you and adore you. And can we please have a warm welcome for the wise and beautiful Byron Katie?